Hi, welcome to Show and Sell. My name is Scott. On today's video, we're going to be opening up yet another box in one of the two estates that I've been going through. This box almost did me in. It is very heavy. It actually says on the top, miscellaneous games and hats. So unless the hats are helmets, I can't imagine why it's that heavy, but I did manage to get it the length of the house, so hopefully there's something good in it. Before we jump into that, I did want to say welcome to all the new subscribers. Glad to have you along. If you see anything that you find interesting, you know anything about, as always, hit me up in the comments below. But let's jump into it. Fingers crossed, hopefully it's something good. It'd be nice to run across a stack of gold bars, but no such luck. What do we have? Well, it did indeed have hats and some kind of a doll and a keepsake ornament. I still have a lot of the starting lineup figures. Charlie McCarthy. I do not know if this was mine or not, but I actually had Charlie McCarthy when I was a kid. And maybe it explains my why I find dolls creepy now. Nice and all very sellable. I'm never able to find a hat that actually fits me, so I will be selling all of those. Looks like some more cars. Pause this and peel back some of the bubble wrap since I need both hands. I went ahead and opened up some of the smaller items just to get that bubble wrap out of the way. We had I think it's called a strop as opposed to a strap for a straight razor. Used to see them in barbershops. I guess maybe you still do in some, but from the early 90s, McDonald's die-cast car. The rear wheels are missing. Several sets of dice. I actually sold some Riviera dice recently for $10, just loose dice. And there's another set in here. There's also a set of Mirage dice. And the others are just personalized souvenirs from, one says Dick's Casino and the other says Barbara's Casino, but they're just, I think, you go up to a stall and either have them made or buy them that way. Believe it or not, this is the second grenade that I have found, which I assume are dummies since the bottom's drilled out. I did not see a marking on this. It's quite heavy. anyone knows what it is, if you're familiar with it. I'll do a Google lens on it later. And here we had, I'm not sure if this was just strictly a Southern thing or if it was if it was nationwide, but this is a sweet snuff, a vintage jar that held sweet snuff. And what people would do is, when the snuff was gone, they would, it was made of glass, and they would actually use it as a glass in their home. But, and I've sold these several times. This is the first that I've run across that actually had the label still on it. All right. Oh, and last, which I'm glad that I had both hands for a knife. Didn't want to. It's an Imperial. The feels plastic, but maybe it's one of the earlier ones. Is it a Bakelite or celluloid? I'll have to see if I can pull it up again with Google Lens. Do me a favor. If you've watched this far into the video, hit like. But if you didn't like the video, and this is equally important, also hit like. I believe it's mandatory. It's in the official rules. And sadly, it's the only way I'm going to learn. And then go down to the comments and tell me why. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, and we're all slaves to the algorithm, whatever that is. The McDonald's die-cast, it is missing the rear wheels, but I didn't notice it when I was looking at it before. It's actually a bank. Sadly, it is missing the stopper, but it would make a nice little display piece. And I went ahead and pulled out one more item just because it's heavy, and you don't see them very often anymore, although they were everywhere when I was a kid. Two old school Barber Oster branded trimmers, Golden Oster A5, really big, really heavy. I have no doubt that they would work just as well now as they always did. I can still feel the buzz on the back of the neck. With long hair, you don't get your hair cut as often. But let's jump back into it. Another layer in, and we have another one of these statues. This is a bit smaller than the first, but it actually has a tag on the bottom. It's from Dave Grossman Designs, I think it said. A vintage change maker, several multi-tools from transmission companies, probably giveaways to either clients or conventions, that sort of thing. A number of, and I had some of these in an earlier box. I live in the South, and in the South, obviously, you have the battlefields, and for years, people would go out, and I'm not sure if they still do or if it's allowed anymore, but people would go out and metal detect and pull souvenirs out of the battlefields, and it's literally just what it says: Civil War bullets, Civil War artifacts. Most of them have the area that they were found. You are allowed to sell these on eBay, and I have quite a few. I actually think there's probably more in the estate because they seem to have been scattered. Also had a couple of a set of mini Cokes, and the bottles that it's just a little. I'm not sure if it was a giveaway or meant as a toy. Sometimes what's written on the box is actually what it is. There were actually games in the bottom of the box. There's a dominoes game down at the bottom. The tin has a small dent in one corner, and I will have to count the pieces. But the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Cheese Touch board game, and Monopoly are both sealed. And there's a CSI game that I don't know if it's opened or if that was the way that it was I don't know if it was originally sealed or if it's been used, but I'll check into that. But we did have games, and there were 3 more signed items, which I will pull out and show you. What'd you think? I was genuinely pleased with this offering in this week's unboxing, the estate unboxing. All of the items are going to be really, they're all readily collectible. They're all easy to list. Most of them are going to be easy to ship, with a couple of exceptions. There were 3 items that once I saw what they were, I didn't want to be pulling them out one-handed and risk cracking them. But it is a Jets helmet signed, Jets mini helmet signed by Brett Favre. And for a change, the glass case, or the case, has no damage and no cracks. Brett Favre's signature, looking at it online, I think it's probably 120. There's a range of 100 to 150 that sell relatively quickly. There are some that are more than that, but most of those have they're either larger helmets or they have certificates of authenticity, which I may have. They just were not with these particular pieces. That said, if I were to invest the time and money to send the helmets off to be graded, probably, I'm going to guess, be somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 plus to for the fees and shipping, and possibly more than that. But I don't know if it would be worth it for the value that it would add. In addition, I may sell the helmets separate from the cases just because of the weight involved. But if I had the cases, and if I had the COAs, and if I included the glass cases, it's going to sell for quite a bit. But if I just wanted to make my life easy, list them for $100, $120 each, and they'll probably fly out. The Southern Miss helmet is sadly, as you can see, the sticker is peeling, but also signed. Nice helmets, nice cases. There we go. Nice looking display piece, and again, no damage to the cases. So I'll have to think about if I want to list them with the. It's doable to ship them. Obviously, they were shipped at one point, but selling through eBay, I seem to be opening myself up to issues. Shipping glass, shipping a collectible, shipping a signature. I'm kind of asking for somebody to have an issue. The third item that I found in the box that I was afraid I would break if I tried to was the Timing is Everything clock from Soldier Field. And as you can see right here, there's a signature. I believe, if I identified it correctly, it's Chris Taylor. He went to school in Memphis. He played in the NFL for 1 or 2 seasons. Died about, I believe it was 14 years ago. This particular clock, this clock has no damage. There was only one listed on eBay. I think it was discounted to $135. Because he's not a super well-known player, he didn't have a lengthy time in the NFL, probably not going to add significant or any real value to the clock. But because it was a player from Chicago, it's a Soldier Field clock. The clock doesn't have any damage. It'll sell quickly if I price it correctly, and I think it probably, I'd probably listed it about $120. The $120 with shipping. The mechanism will need to be changed. It was sadly stored with the battery inside, so it leaked, and it's just easier to, I'd rather pay someone, and I know someone who will change the mechanism out, than try and tinker with it and do it myself or clean it up. It's far easier just to take it over to their house and have them take care of it and then get it listed and out the door. But it's a nice looking clock. This was a really nice set of collectibles. They will sell. I didn't really see anything that's not going to sell or not going to sell easily, with the exception of maybe the grenade. I don't know if I want to list that. But I'll look to see if anyone else has grenades listed, dummy grenades. But if you'd like to see more of these videos, hit subscribe, and we will see you next time. My name is Scott. Thanks for watching. Bye.